We're gonna go.
Hey, what's happening, man?
You're on. We're on.
We're on the air.
Are we Put us on, Vincent. What's going on, Limo Talk?
Do we have music? We don't have a song to open up.
Yes, we do.
We
Same
do.
song you want all the time. I put it on for you.
Oh no, I'm just.
Yeah, you're on. Limo Talk, back and better than ever. Bobby Inns, 41 and Zarello, the funniest man I know. Bought out extraordinaire Richard Zarelli.
Good evening.
Professional Vinny, soon to be boss Vinny in the back.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Remember, like a little bit after the last show, you texted Bobby and I claiming that the first 2 minutes didn't have audio.
No, it was Richie and you, I claim. Yes.
Oh, and you,
yes, because I had my volume on. So, all right, we'll get to that. Bobby Lacerra in the back, Strung Out on TV, StrungOut.com. Oh, way to start the end. Let's put us on the road.
it was relevant. We're starting the show. It had to do with audio.
So I yelled at these two last week. You know the clips I send you all the time?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no music at the beginning. Problem is, I didn't have my volume
on
my phone. So I'm
yelling at everybody.
You're bad.
A little bit.
So, yeah, today is the day that I'm happy with coming on the air. It's good to see everybody. But my Farmingdale Green Dog, all these years, I'm basically done with baseball. We lost to Massapequa today, 10-0 or 11-0.
12.
So then this, you know, it's funny. I was at City Field. I was right behind home plate on Friday.
Yes.
Mets against the Colorado Rockies.
Yes.
And I'm looking straight ahead at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And it says, "Best of luck, Massapequa Chiefs."
Yep. Well,
on the scoreboard.
Well, I believe it. Because those
This is at the Met game.
Yeah.
Not the Met game.
Somebody paid to put that up there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So the Chiefs lost 1-0 in a 8-inning 0-0 affair with the bases loaded and 1 out. The kid tripped and they called a balk. So Farmingdale wins game 1-0
On a balk-off.
On a balk-off, which I said to Bobby. Bobby's like, wow, he's got umpires.
First of all, these umpires with these balk calls. Let me understand something here. First of all, they tell you that you're not supposed to deceive a runner, right?
Okay.
You're not supposed to deceive the runner.
Okay.
Well, isn't the whole thing
isn't
the whole idea of trying to nail a runner is to deceive him?
Yes.
Somehow?
Yes.
And isn't the whole balk move that a lefty makes trying to deceive the runner, making him think you're going home?
Yes.
The whole process of it is making it seem like...
Why are you calling out the lefties?
Well, because they got the best moves.
Well, that's too bad.
No, but I'm saying they have that balk move. They have that move to actually step 45-degree angle towards home plate, not the full way, but then they think, and they actually, I've seen
how far away can you get with it?
I've seen clips where they've actually crossed their right leg over their left leg. It means you have to deliver home, and then they go throw over to first. Come on. But the point is,
well, that would cross the rubber.
That's what I'm saying. Crosses your leg, crosses the rubber. Same thing. The leg's on the rubber. So the bottom line is,
in front of the rubber.
Why is it okay then to do a hidden ball trick?
I saw one too. College just did it to win.
If you can deceive a runner that way, why can't you do it on the mound?
That's a fair argument.
If you can say to a guy, if you can fake that you threw the ball back to the pitcher, hold it in your glove, let the pitcher walk around on the field out there, and the guy's going, all right, let me take my lead now, and then you can stand egg on him. Nothing deceives a runner more than that. And how's that legal?
Dude.
Listen, once again, fair point made by Bobby Azzarella, and nobody has a rebuttal.
You also have infielders who deke getting a throw.
Bob, I got to tell you something. Greg DiFilippo saying hello. Vinny, our board op, is listening and says the audio is doing well.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the same umps for 2 series.
Oh boy.
So I had that up after we lost today, brought the kids out. We went to the main event. My daughter was working over there, and I was sitting there, and the catcher comes in, Angel Cartagena. 2 pitchers come in, Jake Bora and Colin Horwitz, and the center fielder, James Seber, is there.
Mm-hmm.
And they all said the same thing. He said the umps were biased. It was two different umps. Now, I don't understand if this is what's going on here. Getting what up?
Wait a minute, though.
Oh, sorry, it was different.
This is another thing I was gonna bring up, right? So now you got a kid whose cleat got stuck.
Yes.
He fell off balance.
He fell off balance.
Did he?
If he would have thrown the ball,
dropped.
If he had tried to throw the ball as he was doing that to a base, I'd say that's a balk. All right. But
no, he was in the motion of throwing the ball.
He didn't. He slipped. So that should be all right, ball.
But I think he dropped
ball.
I think that makes it.
What if he dropped it?
If he dropped it, it still to me would be a ball.
Still a ball.
You can't make a game be decided on that. You can't.
It was.
Bob,
you got to pick your poison.
A very important game.
You got to pick and choose spots. I mean, I know the rules are the rules. However, though, when you're in a situation like that, you know the kid fucking fell off balance.
Yep.
You know he did. He wasn't trying to deceive anybody. He was not trying to pick off any runner. He was just standing there. He was going into his motion, and he dropped the ball.
Well, he planted his foot. His foot appeared to get
sent you a video.
Either slipped
right.
or caught in the turf. And he kind of fumbled, forward with his foot, kind of whatever happened. He slipped, it got caught, whatever. He fumbles, and I think the ball dropped, though.
Correct.
If the ball dropped,
the ball dropped. And to me,
you know what? To me, I'm
ball.
umpire. I'm calling a conference. I'm saying, guys, we can't end this game like this. Let's call that a ball. Let's say that they malfunction somewhere, whatever. And if it was ball 4, then the game's over. Whatever it is, if the bases were loaded, but give him a chance to have, call it a ball.
Dude, it was.
Listen, it's a tough. If
I would
roles
never
were reversed, I
would never call that game like that.
I'd
Never.
be
That's
like,
too big a spot. See
what you just said on. I mean, it's a
huge spot.
It's such a huge series.
Yeah.
That the umps that they had there should not have been there. They were incompetent. I believe that.
I don't think a good umpire would have called time. It was all right. Look. We got what's going on. Let's call the ground crew. I'll make a big production out of it. Something that rubber. Something's wrong. Don't let the kid let that have on his head for the rest of his fucking life.
Yeah, but you know what? They won. They came back and won the last 2 games.
No,
so
they're fine.
He's off. Yeah, they're fine now.
But I'm saying, you don't know that's the way it's going to end up.
Oh, I know. I know you don't. And I'll tell you something. I felt bad for that kid. I honestly did. And I was talking to Mikey Pastillo, who's a Massapequa guy, and he even said the kid's a good kid. And I go, yeah, I feel really bad about
that. If there was a way to point and say, look, and he was trying to fuck up the runner, he was trying to do you say, okay, fine. But he wasn't. You could see that
he was going to throw. He was going to the plate.
Yeah, he was going to the plate. So we win the first game, and then we can't buy a hit in the next 2 games. They beat us 10-4, and then today they've won 12-0. The only good thing that happened in my family is Christian got an at-bat in the last, because he's a senior. He threw him in there. Christian got an at-bat. Didn't do well, but he still got up. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But I'm telling you, Bobby, I want to talk to Keen tonight. I can't understand how you can get in such a big series such incompetent umps.
Umpiring's getting worse and worse over the course of years.
One of the umpires turned to me yesterday and he said, "We're a commodity."
They are.
They're
demanding more and more money every year.
Gold.
They're getting worse.
Like gold.
Yeah. You can't get an umpire for a game anymore.
I know.
Right.
And I'm going to talk to Keen. There's got to be something to be done.
What are you going to do? You're going to get better umpires?
We had the same 3 for 6 games. You saw when the kids are telling you that, and you can see it behind the plate. We had one old man, one of the grandfathers, screaming and yelling. I walked up to him today. I said, "How bad?" He goes, "I've never seen this before." He said the strike zone is for them big and for us small.
I'm telling you that they're dictating the outcome of games.
Yeah.
And I see it on the pro level, too. I mean, talking about basketball, forget about it. What goes on in basketball is ridiculous. They call fouls when they feel like it.
Yep.
They don't call them when they're blatant.
Yep.
I mean, it's like, what are you doing?
Yep.
What kind of game is this? If you want the other team to win, we could all go home right now and have coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, we just relax.
Well,
Debbie Broward, you got to throw coffee in there.
Debbie Broward said the same thing. She goes, "I felt awful for that kid."
I did
Lou
too.
Ferriero, he's
not a 17-year-old graduate. It's not like you. I mean, I'm not a major league. He was a young kid. He was 17. How old?
They're both 17.
I don't know what grade the kid was in.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. When you're done, what you got to say. Here's the next thing I got to bitch about. But go ahead.
No, but I'm saying you're talking about a 17-year-old high school kid.
Could be a 16-year-old kid.
Okay. It could be a 16.
Both high school commits. Both high school commits. One's going to Maritime. One's going to maybe the College of Staten Island.
They haven't played pro ball yet. If it's a pro game, I'd say, all right, a college game even, maybe you say, all right, the rule is the rule. That's it. But in this situation, you got to sit there and say, this is a high school game. It's big. I cannot let this game be decided on that.
So you can't. Okay, so here's what I was going to say to you. Colin pitched 120 pitches that game.
All right.
And the Massapequa kid pitched 122 pitches.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Oh, God, I can't. Like Lou Ferriola, his kid Blake is young, and he threw like 85 to 90 pitches the other day. He's 13 years old.
13. 85 pitches at 13.
85 pitches is fine at 13.
They're babies. You want to mold them. Come on, man. This kid's going to Maritime and just pitched 120 pitches, and including warm-ups, 200 pitches. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on.
It all depends. You could tell when a kid's throwing. I watch somebody throw, and if you see them starting to look tired and they start leaving the ball out, a lot of things are just starting to go wrong. But if they're going through a fluid motion, they have a nice fluid motion, and they can throw that many pitches, fine. And it's a big situation, so it's not every day you do something like that. It's a big situation.
It's true, and it's funny. It's funny you say that because I've seen quite a few of his starts this year, and there have been times where he got tired and he walked a few guys, and he would come out, and maybe it was 60 pitches, maybe it was 70 or whatever. But that's exactly what happened here in that game on Thursday. He is looking strong right through the freaking sixth inning. I mean, he's humming along. Guys are getting on base, he's getting out of jams, but he is still a force out there. And
to me, you're only doing damage when you're compromising your mechanics and because you're tired. So you start compromising, you start using a little more arm pushing, upper body strength instead of legs. You start pushing the ball. And you say, "What? That kid's done. He's done." And usually the indication
I can tell
is
other times when he was.
There's losing the strike zone. You lose strike zone, one batter. It's like, all right, next batter ball. One, come on, his kid's done.
So you're all right with the 120? Yes. Oh man, I can't.
That's not bad.
Well, what do you think it should be?
Have you ever played?
I think it should be 100.
Let me ask you a question. Do you go out there and engage when they play maybe stickball? Do you go out there and engage how they're throwing?
Mine doesn't play stickball.
I'm just saying, kids play stickball. They play with a Spalding.
We used to throw.
Spalding.
We used to throw. we used to throw our arms out.
Yeah, you fire the ball as hard as you can against the wall for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes with a super pinky.
So I don't know. Yeah.
The super pinky.
Yeah.
All the time, just to try and get, with the stickball bat, or broom handle, whatever it was, just to get it to, a higher level on the fence.
I could hit a small D was, it's like,
yeah, that's true. Right. I'll tell you one thing. We used to throw that all the time.
And you go out tomorrow, you got to pitch for the team.
Yeah, that's where I don't
have a problem. If you told me he threw 150, I'd be like, all right, that's ridiculous. Stop.
Well, no, the limit.
120.
I think the limit is 125.
So what about the?
There's a reason for the limit.
What about the 13-year-old? He pitched 85.
That's what I use as a gauge. 85,
right?
85.
Nothing over that. I would think. Nope. Okay.
No,
so that's how I look.
And it also depends on what the kid throws. If a kid has a weird arm slot, weird arm angle, I don't know how I make him throw that long. If he throws nice fluid motion and he only really throws fastballs and maybe an off-speed pitch, okay, fine. If he's throwing sliders or curveballs, no.
And Rothy says, good evening, Richie Inns, Graz. Happy Sunday. Lou giving me 5 figures. Debbie Broderick said the Massapequa kid who pitched Thursday is committed to St. John's.
Awesome.
Hello, Joan Croupier. I know you're following us on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a love here. Thank you, guys. We had a phenomenal show 2 weeks ago. The numbers were phenomenal, and thank you. We can do so great on Facebook, and yet YouTube just hates our guts. We get to a certain point and then goes down and up. Oh, dude.
Why is that?
I don't know. We were at 400, then we were at 450, then we were at 300, then we were at 500, then we're at 25. Fucked up.
Is it week to week?
Yep, week to week. Yep, week to week. I got a call. We never went to Larry Izzo's
Is it
party.
the sharing?
Yeah.
I was told about it. I was gonna go.
Yeah.
But then I realized, it was $65. It's out in Farmingdale, and I was like, I've been working the whole week.
What's wrong with Farmingdale?
No, I wasn't around the corner for me like you guys. So, if it was in Valley Stream, I'd be there.
Would you like it done?
No.
If it was at Mitchell's,
it was at Mitchell's.
Bobby's there twice a day.
Mitchell's is going to be beautiful. They redid the whole place. It looks amazing.
Oh, professional. You want a donut? Professional. Come in here.
But the point is,
let me get Bobby.
I spoke to Sharon Daly, who is now a trustee and good friends with Noreen and Larry. And she was like, "You gonna come? You gonna come?" I was like, "Yeah, I was gonna go." And then I got home and I was just like, you know what? I got to work every night at Citi Field. I'm working the whole weekend.
I totally forgot about it.
I didn't forget.
I actually, I want to give him that chance to talk and promote his next shows. I'm going to call him in a couple of minutes just because.
I know it's not necessary.
I talked to him already.
That's not necessary. He's not. Believe me, he's not the kind of guy who's going to sit there and get mad about it.
Okay,
he's not. It's just not him.
I already called him before to let him know I was.
You called him to tell him he was going to call.
Yeah. I called you. What's up, Graz?
It's the pre-call.
I was just calling you. I'm just calling you to tell you I'm calling you.
Right.
Do you want a glazed donut?
No, I don't.
Okay. Really good.
I'm sure they are. Krispy Kremes are amazing.
Did you get them warm?
Duck donuts are very good, though, I hear.
All right. Just go in front of.
You got them hot?
Nobody wants to see you.
Yeah. Step right in front of the camera. Thank you.
You're great.
Great job.
Thanks for everything. Yeah. Thanks. Man.
Thanks.
So, yeah, I was at City. I was at the Heineken Club today, which used to be the Piazza Club, and used to be the Mohegan Sun Club, and used to be the Caesars Club.
I remember the Mohegan Sun Club.
Right. So it's been through about 6 name changes already. I was at the Heineken Diamond Club now. It's called the Heineken.
That's like
the Heineken Diamond Club.
Is it the high class Met area? I mean, like
no, it's no. You can't. There's no access to seeing the ball game. It's like being in the old Diamond Club, but it's got TVs all over the place. And there are guys who sat there the entire game, and I'm sitting there going, "You basically had a ball game.
You're not at the ball game.
The game is not anywhere visible from here."
No.
So I'm watching them, and they're there the whole game. I mean, with tables filled.
There's free food and drink.
There's no free food. They pay. There's concession stands in there, right? You pay for everything. Everything. There's nothing free in there.
So what's the
what's
perk?
What's the perk?
The perk is the perk is
get away from your wife and kids.
Access to the club is on your ticket, so you're going to go there. And these guys were sitting in this whole group. They would look like, I guess they were cops or correction officers. Or
they probably
like
want
that.
you in there.
And they were like fighting with each other, Mets Yankees fans, arguing with each other. Fuck you, Yankees suck, Mets suck.
You're a fucking. You ever won? You got 2 championships.
It's such an intelligent.
I got 26.
Always an intelligent conversation between the Yankee and Met fan, isn't it?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking to myself. And the guy's going, "You the skankies, fucking skankies. At Skanky Stadium.
My friend Matt Sclafani, who's a huge Met fan, likes to call them the Yankees.
The Yankees.
Yes.
When you think about the name Yankees, it's kind of weird.
Why?
Yankee.
Well, that's patriotic.
No, it's a North American something like that. I don't know what the hell. It's like this. It's like the opposite of a Southerner. The Yankee.
Right. It's like an ethnic in a slur.
Yeah, in a way.
In a way.
So Yankee go home, that bullshit, remember?
Yes.
But the thing is, they're fighting over this. They go, these are grown guys. Correction officers probably would throw a fit if somebody was arguing in the prison or whatever over some stupid. They probably put him in the hole for 30 days.
Right.
And meanwhile, they're
Here
doing
they
it.
are.
And they're sitting there going, fuck you. You guys suck. You suck. And I'm sitting there laughing. And then I realize the guys, now they're getting loud. And there's little kids at tables. And I'm going, I got these kids probably think this is real. So I walk over and go, guys, take it easy. Because we're fucking around. I go, I understand you fucking around. But everybody else does. They're looking at me like, what's going on over there? It's like, I think they're having a little bit of an argument.
People with the corporate tickets are wondering.
So I was like, yeah, guys.
Who are these people?
So they stayed there the whole fucking game. They did not leave the entire game.
I'm telling you.
Never went to their seats.
Probably get away from the kids.
That's a little ridiculous, though, isn't it? I mean,
you give me seats in that level.
Can I ask you why you didn't go over and ask? Did you go? Like, do you ever have the?
No, I'm not going to say that because
you get in trouble.
They would be like, "What's it to you?"
Yeah, what do you care? I paid for this.
I'm doing a survey,
and I'd be like, "Why don't you go watch the game?" They'd be like, and all they have to do is write an email saying, "I'm sitting in your club, and you got your security guy comes over to me and tells me why don't I go sit in my seats?"
It's true.
And they'd be like, "Why are you doing that? They're spending money. Shut the fuck up."
They're buying beer and concession.
The guy's paying $40 a round for people.
Maybe I asked. I asked, was the bartender good looking, or was it just a no?
So we've arrived at the $20.
It's like 4 bartenders.
We've arrived at the $20 beer now.
It's 20.
It's 20.
Because
at Yankee Stadium,
19.
Holy shit!
There.
All right, let me ask you something.
You're there.
Michael and
and that's domestic. Now you want
that's a Coors Light or a Bud Light? $19.
Don't be talking about Bud Light.
Heineken.
Or a Heineken?
Yeah, don't mention Bud Light.
Why? What happened to Bud Light
now?
With
the penis.
That's Smolvet.
The girl with the penis.
Yeah, but I thought we got past that. I thought they changed the
You never
marketing.
pass it. You don't give up on it. It's over. They're done.
I don't drink it. I drink Coors Light.
Anyway,
Can I say well,
premium beer is probably 22.
Coors Light. Gay.
Greg DiFilippo said, "Put the
What are you, a
donut
wuss?
down, Graz." Thanks.
Did you call me a wuss?
Little League.
Althea says, "Okay, just got home with my damn oatmeal and ready to rock and roll with you guys. I can hear Graz stuffing his face." Greg DiFilippo. Graz, stop talking with your mouth full. Althea, maybe you should try a veggie tray from Greg DiFilippo.
That's my favorite, by the way.
My asshole from Althea.
Guy comes up to me and he goes, excuse me. People ask the dumbest question. Where's the bathroom? I go, it's right there. You see, it's right there. There's a guy. It was like a little silhouette of a guy and a little silhouette of a girl. Right there. But this one guy comes up and he goes, somebody told me, and I think they're lying to me, that there's hot pastrami.
Oh no!
Hold on.
Go, keep going.
Hold on, we're being interrupted.
There's a hot pastrami booth where they make a pastrami sandwich.
Say, yeah.
I go,
I
go. You're talking to me right now, right? We're standing right in front of it.
No.
Oh, great.
I says it's right there.
This poor woman.
Hold on.
She just wanted to enjoy a night at the ball game. She
All
asked
right,
the question about
Before you get there, let me say hello to Mike Bott, who gave me 9 fingers, and Althea says she's a Yankee Doodle dandy. When you go to all these games now, you see it. What's like the biggest, besides the game, what's your biggest lure there?
First of all, Citi Field's a lot of fun. It is.
Okay.
My only complaint about it is
great time over there.
Is just non-stop with the music.
From the beginning.
There is not 5 seconds that they don't have some music blaring. And as nice as this guy is, and he really is, he's the guy who's like the I don't know, he's like, let's get ready to rumble guy.
Okay.
And he's like, let's make some noise all game long. I'm like, stop. All right. He's on the dugout. They got dancers on the dugout. They got dancers.
I saw that.
Now they got the Queen's crew.
I saw that.
They're on the
Wait,
clay.
They're the Met game now?
And don't they have a sausage and pepper?
They have well, you know what's funny?
It's not. It's the Empire State Building and stuff.
Yes.
The Bronx Zoo.
One of the guys in that race is the central baseball coach. Right?
Oh,
get out of here.
Every night. He is.
Yes.
Does he get now? Well, I got to ask you a question. Does he get paid for that? Or does he get free?
Yes, he works there.
You got to get paid for that.
Oh, okay.
He works there. He puts on the Bronx, the cow. He's the cow.
He never wins,
right?
Because
he's not allowed to win.
Yeah.
Right. So anywhere he gets close.
Allegedly. Don't give it.
No.
Don't give it.
That's the fact.
You work there. I can't give you
It's
trouble.
a fact.
The fans expect to go to the game and see a legitimate race.
I thought
Do not
the
bet on
Empire
the
State Building.
No, they list
and the cow.
They've made it obvious that the cow is never going to win. They've made it. He came to the finish line yesterday. Comes to the finish line, he's winning, and the guy clotheslines him at the finish line. So he goes down, and the train goes through.
So now if he gets hurt, what happens?
No, they planned it out. They worked that.
Good.
Awesome.
I like that.
So
That
So
I
the
like.
Bronx can never win. So Queens is, of course, in the lead.
What about Staten Island?
Manhattan, Staten Island is
On
7
the ferry,
and 6.
right? The ferry?
Yeah.
Could you give me some updated NBC music, please, for a second, please?
So he's not allowed. But he tells me, he goes, I have fun with it. It's great. He goes, but I'm supposed to win.
That's great.
I
think that they should have today let him win, and because the reason I would say they should have let him win was because it was Lou Gehrig today. Right?
All right.
And they should have let him win.
That would have been nice, Bobby. I really would.
When I saw all of them with it from the beginning, I said they're never.
They're not letting him win.
Never,
He's zero. Goose
they're
egg.
never gonna let.
They've had
chance.
like 30-something games.
Right.
It's like the Queens has won like 11, 12. Staten Island's won like 7. Manhattan's won like 6. And
What about Staten Island?
Staten Island, I think I said, was like 7. And somebody has 8. Who's left? Brooklyn.
So we get an exclusive tonight
Not allowed to win. Don't bet on
from Bobby Hits 41 Inzarello is telling you tonight the Bronx will never win.
Can't win. Not allowed.
Can't win.
But it's obvious. They're making it so obvious. They knocked him down. They trip him when he's coming.
So he's going
The
to have
clothesline is
So
great.
they're going to have a night. I'm
That's
telling
good.
you what's going to happen. He's going to lose around 150 in a row.
Well, there's only 80
Well,
home
all right,
games.
so whatever. But I'm saying he's going to lose until next year, and they're gonna end up giving him like a night where they're gonna have a T-shirt or a bobblehead. I'm telling you right
this guy's
now.
a pisser.
That's great.
And he's the Valley Stream Central baseball coach.
Oh my God! And he's
great.
there every night.
And he's there every day doing it.
That is fucking great. Do you know what
I said, can't you just one night tell him I want to be the train? He's like, no, I have fun with it. I like it.
Can I ask you what you think they get paid on?
Oh, they're not getting paid more than I am. I don't know.
Now, does he get paid a little more because he's got to do a little more of the show?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like, that's what I'm getting at.
You know, I got to flop. I got to clothesline. I got to.
But there's also a lot of time throughout the game where he's doing absolutely nothing. But
allegedly.
That is so great.
No, they got to dress and they got to sit there and wait and they got to rehearse and go over what they're going to do.
Is there a fan in the costume? Like, does he have air circulation? No.
You know what you got to do? That what they do on Instagram now. You walk over to them
have like
and you fart right in the hole, and it goes into the thing.
Oh yeah.
And they all gyrate to get out of it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. All right, so you get.
But I think it's fun. It's just a fun place. It really is. City Field is a blast. I just wish that guy would tone it down. Let's make some noise. Fuck you. Shut up. Shut up.
But he wants to get them into it.
Bobby doesn't like the guy.
No, I don't. No, I like the guy. He's a great guy. He's a really, really nice guy.
Passionate fan.
I feel he's not a fan. He works there.
So you think that they're doing like the Ducks did? Wait, most of that
why
stuff
is he yelling?
It's every inning.
He has to yell.
Let's make some noise. He's on the loudspeaker. He's got the microphone.
It's the
whole ballpark.
Oh god.
So he
gets up on the dugout and does that.
No thanks.
Do you hear what I said?
No,
I
I
don't remember
interrupted.
what I said either.
Is it like a Ducks game? No.
Yes. Is it like
the Ducks game is lame.
Yeah, but it's all
We're not
about
throwing ping pong balls into a barbecue grill.
Yeah, no, but it's all about family stuff at the Ducks.
It is, and it's like that. City Field is very fan friendly. Let's put it that way. Yankee Stadium, people at Yankee fans will be like, "Damn, did we ever do this shit? We're not doing this."
You don't do that shit at all.
They get more and more into it, though. You watch.
You think so?
The Yankees the Yankees do not do stuff like that.
No, but they will.
But Shea wasn't like that. But once they did City Field, once they did like the kid thing in the background, the Shea Bridge, there's a lot of cool things about
City Field as well.
City Field. Now, I still think it should have been the Tom Seaver Rotunda.
Correct.
I agree, and they can't even fix that now.
Right. And you remember how we came? You remember when they started?
Other than that, I think they really and the home run fences originally, which were crazy.
Remember how they started? That the whole first 2-3 years were like, what's going on here? What is this? Jackie Robinson? It's all about Jackie Robinson.
I mean, Jackie Robinson's a great player and pioneer.
No, it was all Jackie Robinson.
They have banners outside.
Yeah, because we pitched, and everybody bitched and moaned.
But it was in the plans to do that anyway.
Was it?
It was. Because they wanted to present the ballpark brand new, right? They wanted to present it as it was, brand new, and let people see it and say, wow, what a nice place this is. Then they wanted fans to get involved in the debate about what to do, what they needed to do to make it a little bit better. And they listened. And they listen to the emails, they read them, and they're like, where's the blue? But the bottom line is, if you really think back to Shea Stadium, 1969, there was no blue in the ballpark. No. The ballpark was kind of tannish outside, and the fences were all green.
Yep. What was the outfield wall blue?
Never a Shea. No, after the 80s, in the 80s, it became blue.
Oh, yeah. You're talking like originally.
The original was green in 1969, and the green wall was green. 1969, 1970, up until 73, 74. It was right after they traded Seaver that they padded the walls with blue.
Right.
Oh, I asked him to call, but he walked in and come on in.
He walks in
Come on in. Did you hear my rant about umps?
No.
Oh, you haven't? All right.
I'll listen in the morning.
All right, you'll listen in the morning.
I think I'll come down and see you guys in person.
Rob Keane walking in saying hello to us. Hello, Rob. How are you?
What's up, Bob? How are you?
Say hello to Bobby.
What's up, Bobby? How you been, man? How's everything? Hi, honey.
Hi, baby. How you doing?
Honey.
Wow, he gets a honey.
Just one thing.
I'll tell you what I got at the ball game today.
What do you got?
I was arguing with some guy. I was at work, right? I was arguing with some guy. He writes on, you ever hear the Paul McCartney is dead routine bullshit?
No.
That's when play the album backwards.
The whole thing. It was I buried Paul. Paul is dead. This and that. The Beatles did it as a hoax.
Okay.
And they did it, and they put clues on all the albums as to why this was an imposter now.
Okay.
That was taking Paul's place. Right. Okay. So I get on one of these sites, and it's something about Paul McCartney. Right. So and the guy writes Billy. And Billy is the name of the guy who supposedly won the contest. and he keeps writing it on every fucking thing. He writes Billy. It's not Paul. It's Billy Campbell, right?
Okay.
And if you look at listen to the Sgt. Pepper album, it says in the beginning it's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and then it says and we'd like to thank you for kindly dropping in whatever, and then it says and now let me introduce to you the one and only Billy Shears.
Get that board up,
right? The one and only Billy Shears and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So the fans were like, "That's it. Billy Shears is the guy who's taking his place." And then if you look at all the albums, and like Paul's back was turned on the back of the album, the other ones was facing forward, and all these things are supposed to be that he got killed in a car accident, and he blew his mind out in the car with one of the lines in A Day in the Life, and
you notice.
Yeah. So all these songs. So then the back of Abbey Road, it had these dots in front of the word Beatles, and it looked like three instead of there was only three Beatles. The Magical Mystery Tour album, they all had red carnations. Paul had a black one.
So what's the whole?
Right.
What's the whole?
The whole thing was people started buying the albums and looking into the clues, so they're buying more albums. It's smart. It was a brilliant hoax.
It was a way to sell more albums.
It was a brilliant hoax.
Social media before its time.
They're playing the songs backwards. And at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, John is heard saying, "I buried Paul."
That I know.
Right? Yeah, like he buried him. Yeah. And the imposter took his place and went to Paul's house and hung out with his family, and they were all good with it. Suppose it's a hoax, total hoax. So these people still write on the thing that it was this fake guy is taking Paul's place. So I write back, I go, "You're fucking mentally ill." Right? I said 60 years later.
You have no idea.
I says, you're 60 years later, you're still buying into this stupid shit.
Okay.
I says, you must think Elvis is still alive and Jim Morrison faked his own death. Right? He writes back, "Hey, fuck you, boo. You don't know who I am." So I look him up. He's friends with Teresa.
It's shocking.
He's friends with all these.
What's his name?
That's a surprise.
And it turns out he's the 420 comedian.
Oh, that's oh shit.
Name is Jeff.
Find out from Teresa. Find out from Teresa.
All right.
Yeah.
So now I'm going at it with him. I'm calling him a moron. He's me a fucking asshole. We're going back and forth.
Well, you're really getting into
Sounds
it.
like a good night.
Riveting conversation.
I says, you're dumb as shit.
DiFilippo.
You're dumb as shit.
DiFilippo says he wants to send you fart spray that you walk up to the guys in the marathon that they run and fucking squeeze the fucking fart spray.
Yeah.
They'll be fucking on the warning track.
Oh my God.
Wriggling in it. That thing is
Wriggling.
great. Oh God, that's great. Mr. DiFilippo from Taz, Mr. Graz ins. How are you, Taz?
His name is Jeffrey Peterson.
Paul is dead, Taz says.
Really?
Paul is dead.
Yeah, he's not.
Interesting.
He's not.
No, he's not dead.
Chris
And they're
Smith.
saying he died in 1966 in a car accident. Well, I'll tell you what. Don't you think his parents would have been a little upset?
Yes.
Don't you think his brother would have said, "This is not my brother Paul"?
Yes.
They're hanging out together at a family outing.
But is this what you? How do you remember? How do you think about this?
Somebody. Well, here's the guy. He is the guy. So I put right.
All right.
So I write to him. I go, "Oh my God, look at your fucking picture. Go roll another doob." I says, "You're embarrassing."
Yeah, I see this.
I wrote, "You're embarrassing."
Bobby ends still to watch a movie.
Oh, he says it's a movie that proves that it's not really him.
Can we get him on the phone?
Well, I said I'm going to rip you apart tonight.
Should we call Teresa and find out she's friends with him?
Well, see, it could be fun.
All right, so I have to call Keen now.
But anyway, look,
She had him on.
What?
I saved you a quarter.
Yeah, you saved me a quarter.
I wonder if she's had him on.
Let's find out. Hold on. No way. I would have remembered.
Look, see, this was the post.
Yes.
Died 1966, born 1967, the imposter, right?
Yep.
So
Call T. Limo Talk. Share the show. Give us a like. Give us a love. Come on, everybody. Reach the same thing we did 2 weeks ago. 2,000. Easy. Boom. Done. Thank you, Greg DiFilippo. I love you. Teresa's probably on a date doing something.
hey, look, the 420 comic, Jeffrey Peterson. Huh?
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm away from the phone right now. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
This should be good.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Go ahead, bud.
How you doing? Hey, Teresa, give me a call back here at the Limo Talk program. I want to ask you about your fucking friend, Jeffrey Peterson.
I thought I was getting over. I thought it was, hi, it's Teresa.
You know, how would you really know if this was a hoax or not so many years later? Because you'd really have to kind of go back to the time it
It
happened.
wasn't how a hoax.
And compare,
Oh God, thanks.
compare the guys. Like
Thank
right
you.
now, this could be. Let's just assume for a minute. This is the guy that is the
hoax
other
one?
Paul McCartney,
Right.
and he's been living the Paul McCartney life
Right.
for 50 years,
60.
60 years.
Next year will be 60.
Right. This happened in 1966.
I believe this guy did it, not
So
Rex.
how would you really know if this is the different guy? Go back to 66 and like start comparing.
Well, it'd be amazing to find a guy.
You know what I mean?
It would be amazing to find a guy who actually looks like him. He's left-handed,
They all had the
plays
same
the bass
haircut back
guitar,
then.
sings like him, and blends in with the family without them knowing.
It's possible. They all looked alike back then.
It's plausible.
And again, bottom line is why? Why?
Sell records
Exactly. So that's why.
because you don't want Paul McCartney to die.
It's exactly why.
You'll ruin the whole
You see what's
fortune.
happening to you right now? It's exactly why people buy into it. They do that.
That's why they're
You know what it is?
making them
It was
plastic now.
exciting.
Well, I'm playing
it was,
that side
It was
of it.
exciting. I know. It was exciting for me as a kid when I thought the story might have been real. Right?
Why?
Right.
You hated the Beatles?
No, I love the Beatles,
No.
but it was exciting to think that they pulled this
But you
off.
get a kid
yeah.
today that
Yeah.
reads that, they probably believe it.
They want to believe it.
Of course.
Just like they want to believe there were
It's a
no
juicy
planes
story.
on 9/11. I
Right.
tell you, there's no planes. There was no planes.
There was
I
some
saw
other.
them, but there were no planes.
Yeah,
And the buildings were imploded.
And the Pentagon. No plane
No
hit the
plane.
Pentagon.
No plane.
No.
No, it didn't crash in Pennsylvania either.
No.
Right. Nothing happened.
Nothing
We did it.
happened.
Our government did it.
It's-
Hold
So
on.
the bottom line is Paul is not dead. He's alive. And turn me on dead man is all bullshit. And
It was all just to,
it was a hoax to get people to buy albums and still talk about it to this day.
and it was smart.
It was brilliant.
We
And
had some
people
breaking
have
news
asked
coming
him.
in.
People have asked him flat out, Paul, what do you think of the Paul is dead rumors? He goes, well, quite honestly, I'm not dead. What do you want me to tell you?
What do you want to tell you? I'm still here,
I'm right here.
right? You're on here?
I'm not dead. There's my career. Buy this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it.
But he knows all the stories of what happened at the Cavern Club in 1962 and 1963. These guys, how could it possibly be? I mean, it's just insane. But people are so gullible and they want so bad to believe in something so ridiculous.
Mm.
They do. Like people used to say that Joe Biden had an imposter that was doing news conferences. That
Right.
he would get out there with an imposter and had a plastic mask on. And they say, see, the ears are different, the hair is different, the forehead's wrinkled, all this shit. I don't think it was. I think it was the same dirtbag that was coming out every day.
Yeah.
And it was called Joe Biden.
We're on that now.
Yeah.
Well, we just landed. We weren't
landed.
before.
And this is Ozzy, and I love it.
Did Graz
But
go?
that's
Good for you,
the real-
Bobby.
But this
So-
is the real Ozzy.
Let me hear this. Yeah, I like him. I do. All right, Keen.
Yo.
Since you're here and we've been talking about baseball for the first hour, I got to ask you a question.
Sure.
So, Cartagena's my catcher came to lunch after the game today.
Okay.
Colin Horowitz, who pitched 7 scoreless innings,
Gonna name names.
pitcher. Oh, that's okay. These are the boys.
names.
Jake Morrow, who
It was a
pitched
Seinfeld
4
reference.
innings today.
Jake.
Mora.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And then James Sever, my center fielder.
Okay.
All
My center fielder.
said the same thing. They felt like the strike zone was different for Farmingdale than it was for Massapequa. And I'm not being crying and everything else. They just what they said to me at the table, which behind home plate for all the games
Okay.
said the same thing. He
Were
was
they
like,
were they all with your team?
yes. But
There you go.
but wait a minute.
Still a biased opinion.
Yeah, it's a
Biased.
biased opinion, but all right. So then I'll
No,
shut-
no. Well,
No,
the bottom
no,
line is,
I don't want to get you in trouble because I know you're the head of the umps.
I got no one to report.
And I know you, know. Well,
He's
you
not
know,
part of
you know
National
the
Academy
guy.
umpires.
You know the guys that were back there, and one of the guys was horrible. He kicked out 2 of our kids. We lost them for 2 games, and then they came back, and he's still my ump for the finals.
He has
There's a
some-
problem there.
He
Well,
had
he don't
some
like you
reason.
now.
Oh, he hates our guts.
you should have switched umpires at that point.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
how is that possible? This kid kicked these kids out, and then
what
we
happens
lost
once
them.
you get to this? First of all, once you get to this level of high school play, now you're down to like 2 teams for this division, right? They're sending the best umpires they have, and it's all based off of coaches' ratings.
Oh, come on.
What?
Apparently not, according to them.
Come on.
No, that's what they do. That's how it's done. You're rated. You're rated through BOCES. All the coaches rate. All right. So
you're telling me those 3 guys from the series that they ended up, but they ended up throwing 2 of my kids. I get the same 3 back in the Nassau County Finals.
So let's take a step back to that game. I was there, as you were, right down on the other side, right? We don't know what was said prior to the ejection.
One of them should be ejected.
Why were they ejected?
Whoa.
Let me let's
So
go back to
first of
that.
all,
Mancuso, they were making fun of Mancuso and his girlfriend, and when he struck out, all these kids go into this Instagram.
It was all on social media.
It's all on social media.
Before,
so they find out.
It was not during the game.
Well, it spilled over into the game
because it was such a high, tense game. It was winning takes.
This was versus Plainview.
Here's the point you're going to lose, Bobby. Go ahead. Tell him what he did.
He's wrong.
I know he's wrong.
The second kid that I got ejected was walking out like this when he struck out
of the game.
Gone. I agree with you.
Now what they did is they changed the rules last year versus this year.
You lose 2 games.
Last year it was if you were ejected, you were on for the next game. This year they changed the rule because I guess the first rule didn't work too well. Is you were gone for 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
The game you're in plus 2 additional games, and that's the rule. And so they lost 2 players that way. One was one of their better pitchers who basically couldn't keep his shit together on the mound, and
that's what he did.
Well, that's
with us.
the whole thing. See, if you suspend the kid, if you throw a kid out of a game, if it's a pitcher, he wasn't going to pitch the next game anyway. So then he's back to the next game in his regular turn.
No, but
so you have to do 2 games.
No, but he gave. Yeah, exactly. And all the kid did.
No, he's not.
And all the kid did the first time was go.
He's out of the bullpen.
He did like a Hulk thing and went fucking A.
All right. Well,
and he was like, "That's it. You're out."
Yep. Well, you don't know what was said before. You know what? Like I started off when I was talking to Katie was there, and I was talking to Horowitz. It says you do not know what was said during ground rules. You don't know.
Yeah, that's also brought up at ground rules where you could say, listen, if I get any of this, I get anybody doing this, I get anybody giving fingers, they're out immediately. Tell your team.
Yeah.
Right. Why are you not involved in the Nassau County or no school? You're not.
I'm not a BOCES umpire, so I don't umpire baseball. I know baseball rules. I've taken an umpire class, and I love the rules of baseball. But now I umpire and assign umpires for men's softball, which is 18 and over. It's like there's less bullshit involved as opposed to doing travel baseball or girls fast pitch.
So the ump turns to me the other day, and I go, "Boy, you guys got it made." He goes, "We are a commodity now."
Apt 100%.
Right. And he said, "Wait." And as I'm walking away, he goes, "And they're asking for anything that they want." He goes, "I ain't like that, but I know umpires are just sitting there saying, give me $300 for one game." And this and that.
That's typically set by BOCES, like through that, right? And organizations, but they are a commodity, and it's all because of being these umpires. See, the only way you get better as an umpire when you first start, you suck, and when you suck, where do you suck? You suck in the travel ball era. 8U, 9U, 10U. And if you get better and better and you show thick skin, you move up the ranks. And next thing you know, you're like, you know what? I'm a retired cop now. I'm going to go take the BOCES class and I'm going to start doing baseball. JV didn't play a whole bunch of games because they didn't have umpires at all.
And
or they had coaches out there.
Middle school.
I meant the middle school.
Middle school, the first 3 games, the coaches were umpiring.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because there's a shortage of umpires because people shit on the umpires. It's more of the nonsense that they put up from the parents. From the parents. And part of that is
can't blame them.
Part of that is thick skins a little bit, but you're setting the tone in running a game. You got to control the game.
And that's what I'm telling Bobby. They totally set the tone. Like the strike zone was so different that they set the tone that we didn't have a chance to really get involved. They scored 3 runs. We come back, boom, boom, boom. He shot 2 guys strikeouts.
So I'm gonna go on that for an umpire to have 2 strike zones. I don't believe it. I don't think they care. They want the money.
Yep.
They want to come down and do a job. They want to get out of there with less bullshit.
Okay.
They don't care. They really don't care.
Okay.
They don't care who wins. Now you can look at where they live. I don't believe they're from the area.
Guy's a homer.
They won't do that. They won't take a guy who lives in Massapequa and have to do the game.
Elizabeth,
Right, or Farmingdale, right?
But now, do you think the guy should have done having what happened?
Kick the kid out. Do you think he should have done the final?
Think the guy should have been in umpiring those games going forward?
Nope.
Like, should there be something where the guy
and then I can't work anymore?
Can't work in that game? You're free to work.
How am I free to work when that's the last series, the last championship series?
Well, there's no other. There's other championship series going on. You got Class AA, you got Class A, you got Suffolk.
Yeah,
you got,
get the guys interested.
So you're looking for a possibly lower quality umpire to step up and do a championship game because he stood up and he threw a guy out of a game.
No, I'm looking for a guy that's less emotionally attached to that team.
Who do you say is emotionally attached?
Well, I'm saying that there was a heated thing, and the guy throws him out.
When was he heated? But now. Did they come back the next day and say, "Ha ha! I tossed your ass"? You know, they didn't.
No.
When you throw
he's not going to do that.
When I throw somebody out of a game and I see him next time, I'm like, I don't say boo. Play the game. I don't care.
Why you kicked guys out of games?
Yeah, I had a championship game in a men's league last year.
Softball.
It's got to throw somebody out at some point.
Softball.
Yeah.
Softball's the worst.
What are you kidding?
No, men's softball's
These
easy.
guys are intense.
No, I'm saying some guys in softball can get fucking nasty.
So we had a championship game last year, and I was with a partner, and he was behind the plate, and I was out in the field. The batter pops up and is out. When it popped up, the guy caught it. The third base coach, out of nowhere, starts going off on the home plate umpire saying how the pitch was illegal. Now in softball, there's a minimum and a maximum.
Over 12 feet.
Over 12 feet. And the pitch was nowhere near, but he lost his shit. It was crazy. So he basically, we knew his name. He said, relax, take it easy, knock it off. He took, because now you're gone. And then he wouldn't stop. He kept, then I walked in. I says, you got to go. And then I turned to the manager. I says, if you get him out of here, you're going to go as well. And he's like, whoa, wait, I didn't do anything. I said, no, but this is your team. So he's going to go if you don't knock it off. It's like, all right, Greg, gotta leave. All right. He gets up here and he walks out, turns around one last time. He goes, hey, Blue, fuck you. You suck. And I'm like, all right, Rich, go to the parking lot. You're done. What? I didn't do anything. You told, he didn't shut up. Right. You got to go now, too. You know what? The benches got quiet. They played the game. Less bullshit went on.
Did he try to say anything to you when you were walking out?
Championship game?
No, not really. No, by then they're like, when I was an idiot.
Have you had anybody berate as you walk into your car?
An idiot is a beer. That's guys for you.
Yeah, they yell shit.
It is. That's guys
yell
for
shit.
But I never had.
Yell at the umpire as they walk into their car.
I umpired. I did it. I've been in that position.
Yeah, but they never come over to approach me or anything like that. They've never threatened me. But I've also umpired in this league for 20. So I have a reputation. I don't throw people out. So if you get thrown out, then they're like, what the fuck you do to get thrown out? But people are knuckleheads, and that's one thing. Like watching that game, I was there on day 2 on was that Friday?
Yeah.
The umpires were fine. You know what the umpires were doing? They were not. I went both ways. They were not granting timeout when the batter put his hand up. They asked the time, and every batter did it.
Yep.
And that's when you're like, stay in the box, play.
Right.
You want to hold your hand up. The pitch is coming. It's going to count for whatever it's thrown for. They get in the box. They put their hand up on the pitcher's when he gets on the rubber before he steps into his.
With Derek Jeter bullshit.
Yeah. So he stepped the hand up. He's like, no. And
why are you gonna pick on Jeter?
Like I used to hate that he did that.
Give me a break.
He did all him and Nomar Garciaparra.
No, do not compare Jeter to Nomar. Okay, Nomar fixed his glove for 30 full seconds on both hands before every pitch.
I love Nomar.
No,
okay?
what I'm saying is too. Jeter used to put the hand up. There was absolutely no need.
What a Yankee hater you are to bring up Jeter for that.
You know what the problem is? But you know what the problem is? When after it starts with that, after that it becomes like muscle memory. And you do it all the time.
Yes.
Like either
he was
not even knowingly or just because you're so used to doing it.
It's a habit.
Garciaparra maybe doing it too, but he does it because he's so used to doing it.
That's probably like OCD. That thing he was doing.
He had the hand up when there was absolutely no need for him to keep his hand up.
Yeah.
And it was annoying as fuck. I do it.
How long was the hand up?
Oh, usually
the whole time he was digging in.
Oh, come on.
I agree with you. But he's a Yankee guy. You know he's gonna.
But he's not gonna.
He did put it up all the
but
time.
he's not
I know,
doing.
but it wasn't like standing there like.
Oh, it was forever.
Digging in. I'm hanging with forever.
It was annoying as fuck.
Hold on. I gotta find a Jeter at that
wait.
now.
Let me say, Ann Rothy over in Taft, California. Hi, Ann. I kind of skipped you before. I know you're here. I love you. Say hello to everybody. By the way, if Leanne is working tonight, just 2 bottles of Bacardi, 1.75. You get buy one, get one free in aisle 4. That's at the, what's the name of that? Lucky
Where?
7. The Lucky 7.
Where's that?
They're in Taft, California.
Oh, I got it.
So we have a lady.
I'm gonna see that's right. I lose my money on the flight.
All right. Well, we have a lady called Ann Rothney who has been here at Strong Island for very much a long time.
Okay.
We're off her favorite show. Somebody else is our favorite show too, but they're not good. We're good.
This is the best show on Sunday night.
Thank you. I agree. So she owns a liquor store in Taft, California, and they listen to us over the air when her daughter works there. She has a porch with nice bells, the wind bells, wind chimes.
Oh, the wind chimes.
And she watches the show with her computer with all the kids running around and family members, cousins, and everything else, sitting at the table eating. What is that? The kavat? What do they call it?
Charcuterie.
Yeah, thank you. Charcuterie.
You mean
charcuterie?
That's why I'll never make
it.
Cheese? Yeah, cheese and everything. Yes.
Charcuterie.
And they hang out and listen to Limo Talk, which makes them laugh occasionally. Maybe not tonight. Sorry. But hi, Ann. How are you? Bobby Inns 41 in Zarello. Rob Keane with the umps.
I didn't do it there.
Board op extraordinaire Richard Zarelli. Professional Vinny in the bank. And LaSara took 2 donuts. So there's not much left.
Oh, by the way, Diaz is throwing really well.
See, but aren't you nervous about Diaz throwing really well?
No.
That it's too early. You want him to get really good at the end.
What? So you don't want
You
him
ever
to
see
throw
when they
well?
do this in City?
Oh my God. Yeah, but the lights change. Man. You gotta send it to him.
What is that?
Dude, that's when
That's City Field? When did they do that?
do they do that every inning?
Just
Like a Rob Keane with the line tonight.
This is when they don't do it every game. They do it at night games when the opposing team changes pitchers. They'll put that up. All the lights go off,
I see that.
and this thing
It's
going
like
around.
techno.
And what do we
They
do that
strove
for?
it. Yeah.
What?
Is that just to hype the crowd up?
Yeah.
To work?
But of course, as it also gets dark when Diaz comes in with the horns.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Don't
part
you
of, that's
look
part
at
of the
my
show.
girlfriend.
Look, this is the ballpark.
Yeah.
Greg DiFilippo, thank you very much for sharing the show last week.
That's
And
pretty
again
cool.
this week. I know you're on spring summer
That's
break.
what it's doing.
Take a couple of pits. You'll be all right. I
Like
love
7th
you.
inning stretch.
Share the show.
that's
Give us a like. Give us a love. Bot,
You see they bringing in
Ann Rothney,
There's
Taz,
a pitcher coming in.
Mom, Chris Smith.
So he comes into that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a vessel.
Not much of a girlfriend.
Like it's coming
Never
into
seems
harbor.
to get a lot. What she want? Hey, Vinny, put this louder.
Yeah, Vinny.
Do something, Vinny. Instead of texting your girlfriend, trying to find out what time you're going to be home. Christ almighty. Tell her we're working overtime tonight. It's Graz night. You haven't been around for a while.
Working over.
Yeah, you're getting an extra 5 minutes tonight. Tell her you'll be home at 11:15.
Does that mean I'm getting time and a half?
No,
You don't
No,
get
you ain't
anything
getting
extra.
shit.
You
You'll
do
get-
it because you love us.
yes, you'll get, and I'll buy you something.
You
All
got
right?
me the donut. That's
No.
good.
I gave you.
And the
Here,
copy
take the second
Mariano,
one. We'll
pretty
get
good.
10 minutes.
No, that blew the diet.
That's a little too much.
Yeah.
All right. How's
Well, the whole show.
Rebecca doing? She doing all right? Is that her name?
No, not even close.
It kind of started the whole show thing.
Sounds about right.
You met her. You
two
shook her
You two
hand.
missed it. I go. Here's
What?
another one. It says,
Edwin Diaz and the trumpets.
are we allowed to play that and not get kicked off?
I wouldn't play it for
No,
too
that's-
long.
Don't play it for too long. Yeah, get it off.
Really?
Well, it is
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, but please, they'll kick us off.
Anybody
So
could have
I
recorded
turned to
that.
Vinny. I go, Vinny, how's your girlfriend? What I call her?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. He goes, that's not her name.
Not even close, he said.
That's not a name.
It's Veronica.
Veronica. All
It
right.
should be easy to remember. It's
Oh, there's a nice song by Elvis Costello
Costello.
called Veronica.
Veronica.
Fire it up. Gotta fire it up.
And by the way, you know who co-wrote that song?
what?
Paul McCartney.
He did.
You did?
Get out of here.
Yeah, but
Who
that,
wrote
I can't
that
believe
song?
you
that
wrote
was
a song
after
about
he
my
died the
girlfriend.
first time.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
Dead Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
wrote that song.
Time out. What'd you say there, Professional
I
Vinny?
said I can't believe he wrote a song about my girlfriend.
It's a great name.
Well before you knew her.
Look it up,
Kinda
Veronica.
eerie. That's how McCartney works.
Veronica.
Graz, show Richie the video I sent you of your warm-up routine before every show. Yes.
Your warm-up routine.
Yeah.
You have a
so-
warm-up routine?
Well, anyway,
You okay?
the Knicks are done.
Knicks are done.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, live version.
Yes, sir.
What is this?
Veronica.
All right.
Elvis Costello. Great song. Good song.
All right, good. See, you request and Board Op gives it to you. That's why he's here.
Look at that. Instantaneous radio, folks.
Yes.
So speaking of umpires,
Go ahead.
this is Farm Middle Baseball.
Yeah.
We had we basically there's not many games in this week and next week. I figure with the rain and crappy weather we had, there'd be more games.
Well, you know what? We started earlier this year.
Okay.
We started before Parade Day
Okay.
because we were just the way the holidays fell and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. It was kind of crazy in the beginning.
Yeah.
But we had I did over
Did a
like
lot of
over
games.
over $2,000 worth of umpiring business, and none of the didn't miss an assignment, didn't miss a game. Got there early. They look professional, wearing blue shirts and black
did.
pants and hats and indicators, and it was good, man. The kids
Well,
did a
Bob
really good job.
Fontaine, who I umpired for, was AFU. FU too. And
GTA.
That's a great, that's a
Goddamn
great
you.
name for an umpire.
It is.
association.
Hey, FU.
Hey, FU.
Right? He used to always say, he goes, more than half of your the acceptability of you as an umpire is how you look.
Yes.
It's like you got to sell the part. You come down with the hat, you come down with the proper equipment, the shoes, the whole deal, the pleated pants, the fucking gray pants with the shirt. He goes, they're buying you as a good umpire right away.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
come down looking like a slob, you
I
can be the
agree with
best
you.
umpire in the world,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
gonna hate you,
They're gonna
and they're
hate
gonna fucking be all over you all game and have no respect for you.
We had a
And
couple
he was
times.
100%
Now,
right about that.
All my umpires were
True.
basically like 9th, 10th, and 11th years.
I was going
So-
to say, these are like 14-year-olds,
Yeah.
15-year-olds.
No, but
Rob
I
does
think
all our youth
but I
umpires
think
for
Bobby's
the- for
definitely
the league.
right when it comes to like
Oh.
the high school
Oh,
games.
absolutely.
That's 100%.
Some guys
Well,
got a
even
beautiful
these
black
games
shirt
here.
on, and then he's got fucking pants that are faded. and
100%.
right away.
Look
I
at
have-
this slob.
I have that in
Look
my
at that game,
association as
And
well.
it's the first thing I'll bring up in an argument. It's the first thing I'd bring up.
No, what do you say to him? Get a
I
new
come
pair
out,
of
I go, what
pants?
the fuck? That guy was safe. What are you doing? Oh, he's out by a mile. Don't give me this crap. And go, look at you with your fucking shitty pants. Shut the fuck up.
That's what you go to
Yeah.
first.
Oh yeah, you know why? Because
You're-
it drives it
you're
home.
fucking-
You know why? Because you know, it's a sign that told them to put clean pants on,
Yeah.
put a clean
my
shirt
God.
on, watch
Listen,
it.
you come
watch
here
your
looking
signs.
like this. You come down here representing what? What your outfit? This is why you come down here? Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta respect your call.
You're out of your mind.
It's true,
I'm talking.
and that's what I told all these guys. I think I had like
Limo
20.
Talk.
I had 20 kids this year,
The
and I think
umps.
about 18 or 19 actually worked. So what I did?
Why wouldn't
so,
do it to a kid?
so what we did is,
You fucking suck. I'm in 10th grade.
You know what?
Who cares?
No.
You still fucking suck. You
I've
wipe
been
your nose.
thrown out of a lot of games. All right?
No.
No.
Shocking.
Come on.
Only once by
I
someone
don't
under
believe
14.
You have been.
great.
You have
Yeah.
been.
Oh.
Can I ask you? Wait a minute. What did you do?
Here's what happened.
What are the? What are
I'm at
the
a
Hold
game.
on. Buckle up, folks. Bobby
Oh,
and
I can
Jerome
only
got kicked out
imagine.
of.
I'm at my
Oh my
son was
God.
10,
Oh my god. Oh, that's
You
or
lost me
maybe
there.
12, maybe 12. And it's
No,
little,
it was, that means he was
was
8.
that
Go
Cooperstown?
ahead.
it was little. No way, fucking Cooperstown. It was a little league game in Valley.
It was
So,
9.
The guy who
You
was
probably haven't kissed a girl yet.
the guy who was umpiring was the younger brother of a guy who was a division administrator who I couldn't fucking stand.
Oh,
and he
boy.
used to tell his brother, when Bobby and Zerillo's team's down here, you fucking get all over him. You know, that's what he's telling him.
No.
Yeah, oh, he did. He
Oh,
did.
bullshit.
I'm not kidding you.
Come
I am not
on.
kidding you. I know this for a fact.
Okay.
So anyway, now the kid's doing the game. So he calls, a ball bounced and went over the plate.
They called a strike.
And he called it a strike. And I go, all right, listen to me. Listen to me, little fella. Okay? I says, no ball can land in fair territory, ever be a strike. Okay? He goes, but it bounced over the plate. I go, I don't give a shit. Bounced over the plate.
It
not
bounced
stupid.
over the plate.
So then he did it again. The kid was couldn't reach them. He goes, well, the kid can't reach. I go, well, then that's bull. Ball 1. And that's ball 2 and ball 3 until he throws a strike. Until he really throws a strike. I said, you get a ball that actually comes near the plate. You want to call it a strike? I might even go along with you. I said, but for you to fucking call a ball that landed a foot in front of the plate, bounced it over the plate, I go, you just suck.
How old was the umpire? How old? 14?
Maybe 15. So I go
not much older than your son in this scenario.
How long ago?
By the way,
10 years ago.
This is like
midlife crisis.
This is like 20 years ago.
Oh, good.
So now
does it make it better if it's 20 or 10?
It doesn't make
the story better.
I'm not saying I'm normal. I'm just not. So anyway, so now I go like this, and I go, and don't tell me it's not fucking brother that put you up and doing it.
Boy.
That was it. He goes, you're out of the game. I go, what? I go, you didn't do it already? I said, you kidding me? I said, call your brother. Get him. His brother came down. His biggest nerd, doofy fuck. You're fucking doing it, my brother. You really got my brother? I said, yeah. Your brother sucks, and so do you. I was suspended.
No.
No way.
Really?
How long? 2 games?
Couple games.
See, they had to change rules because of you.
Have you had to suspend anybody for a couple of games?
What I do is when I do it, I'll put together an ejection report, and I got somebody else on my board who's the like in softball, I'm a signer, but I have somebody that I work with that's like he's more like an umpire in chief and administrator. He deals with all that shit. Yeah, people have been suspended.
Been berated during the game?
No, not really.
All right, so you're good.
What's the worst story? Any fists?
No, I asked them that.
No, actually, probably. You know what? I've been umpiring about 20 years this year. It was 20 years. So I didn't have my first ejection until I was like umpiring like maybe 8 years or so. But the guy did it himself.
You weren't doing it right then.
Well, you know what? I wasn't having any issues. So this guy was drinking on the bench. This guy was drinking on the bench, and I want guys, you can't be drinking on the bench. It's over at Allen Park. You guys can't be drinking on the bench. And he's like, I'm not playing. I'm like, all right, but take it behind the bench and whatever. And he comes up the bat like 3 days later. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm pinch hitting. He says, no, you're not. You've been drinking on the bench the whole time. You can't. You're out of here. Well, fuck you. You gotta go. He threw himself out of the game.
That's like the softball game with grown-ups when he handed him the crayon, the crayon license, and said, "I am 12." You know what
I am 12. Oh, that's
is that grown-ups?
Benchwarmers.
I am 12. I am 12, and he gets in. He hits a home run.
Well, like I said, probably the biggest one. I think in that game I mentioned last year, the championship game, it was a third player wanted getting ejected, but like an inning or two later, and then I even threw a fan out of the game. I threw a fan. You got to go in the parking lot, buddy.
Well, I had a ASA. It was a men's independent league where we played when Cam 2 was one team, and
I remember
Valley
that.
Streamliners was my team.
Ump stories, folks.
Right? So
buckle up.
I had a couple of guest players that day who were from my other team that I played with, Billy McMillan's team, the Bandits.
Guest players.
No, they're on my roster, but they were.
I call them ringers.
No, they weren't ringers. So anyway,
that's when you had a roster of 20 in, but only 12 show up every week.
Exactly.
Until the playoffs come around, then the other 8 show up.
This guy Tommy McNamara was on, and he's normally an outfielder or a second baseman, but I had my second baseman. I was like, Tom, do me a favor. Thanks for coming down. I says, but I need you to catch. So he's catching. Now he's a cop, and he's a character, total character. And Billy was playing, and he was playing first, and I was pitching. So I'm throwing the pitches, and to me they're like right over the plate. Okay. And the umpire, illegal. And I'm like, what are we talking about? I says, Then I got wise. I was like, so I flew one in like flat. I was like, all right, look. So now Tommy turns around and he's talking to the umpire, and they're kidding around. They're laughing. We were winning big, and he goes, come on, Blue, what the hell's the story here? He goes, that's what I'm seeing. That's what it is. He goes, it's illegal. He's throwing them too high. He goes, then he's throwing it. Then he throws the other one too low. So they're laughing, the kid around. I go, well, you guys are having a good time. Because I'm struggling out here, and I want to get through this fucking game. So all of a sudden now I come out. So I said, forget it. So I come out of the game. I put Billy into pitch. Right? Billy goes into pitch. Billy's also a cop. So he's pitching. I'm standing off to the side. And they're laughing. The umpire's laughing. The catcher, Tommy's laughing. Wow. They're kidding around with each other. And I'm going, I hope you guys are having a grand old time. I says, but this has become ridiculous. So the umpire goes like this. He goes, they're balls. I'm calling them balls. He goes, but this guy wants to fuck around with me. So we're laughing. It's a big deal. I go, okay. So all of a sudden, Tommy's catching. He squats down and he goes, "Let's one rip." He fucking lets the nastiest spot rip, and he goes, "And that's for your shitty calls." Right? He goes, "You know what the umpire? You out of the game."
Of course, he farted on him.
Of course he did.
I was like, "Wait a minute, you two been kidding around all fucking game." So he goes, "I got to go home and tell people I got thrown out of the game farting." And he goes, "I guess you do."
That's a great story, though.
Oh man,
That's a great story to get thrown out for farting.
He got thrown out for farting.
That's friggin' awesome. I like that.
and purposely.
So I went back in the game as the catcher.
With
I said, "Don't worry, I will not
clean,
fart."
with clean bowels.
Yeah. But that was the funniest thing. It was ridiculous.
Your buddy wants to talk to you for a minute, Mr.
Oh.
Izzo.
Larry Izzo laughs at Larry.
Oh, yeah, I'm also. Hi guys, you doing all right tonight? You have fun?
You got it.
See, Filippo, we entertain you enough. Couple of chuckles here and there. Share the show.
So is Larry coming on?
The show.
I gotta get him. All right. Once we have no phone lines,
So
according
how do you know he wants to talk?
because he told me he wanted to. We don't have any phone lines anymore because a professional video. You want to explain that one? Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, here comes the boss.
Here comes the boss. You want another donut, Chubster? Shit. Fucking took. He wanted one, and then he took another one. He goes, "Let me take two."
You know, I saw something funny. I was looking at this. Put this sign up,
Mm.
and it said, "Eating a salad at McDonald's is like paying a hooker for a hug."
Yeah, eliminated today.
What?
I have a phone number.
You what?
If someone wants to call in, they could use 516
Yep.
324
Yep.
3834.
Is that
That's our
Veronica's
new number?
It's Veronica's number. You
Wait,
call it
what is
Veronica.
Veronica.
324.
516 324 3834.
So that's our new number?
Yeah, 'cause
What happened
we
to the
use
other
Zoom-
number?
We use Zoom. We use Skype, but Skype dropped
All right,
that.
so we dropped.
Oh,
So
is that officially done? Are they done now,
They
Scott?
merged with Teams because no one uses Skype.
What was that? Yeah.
so basically, the old number is
Teams
gone.
is great.
This is our new number for now.
This
Hey,
our
you
new
know
number,
what?
people.
The other number was a good number.
He's
though.
got an announcement too. We got 2 new platforms we're about to go on. He won't let me announce it tonight until it's 2 radio.
Can't jinx it.
It's in the works.
Yeah,
It's in the
2
works.
radio platforms because of Limo Talk.
I like
Not
that.
because of anybody
Because
else.
of limo talk. Wow.
This one for the penitentiary.
What'd you say? What'd you say before? It's best show here. What'd you say?
Oh, special
Best-
on Sunday nights.
Best transportation
Sunday nights.
podcast in the world.
Yeah, we're the only
We're the only
transportation
transportation
one and only.
podcast in the world here.
comedy
Transportation
podcast in the entire world.
We Googled it.
What are you, wait,
We're
we're
it.
wait. Well, the only
Limo
what?
Talk
We're
is
the only transportation comedy podcast in the
That I
world.
believe. Correct.
In the world.
Unless you like.
You go to GothamGoldGraz.com right now. Go to the bottom. You got your comedy podcasts, and during the whole other pages, you can order a car or a bus or a van or
Or a
prostitutes.
copy of this show.
Or prostitutes. Or copy of this show. That's right. Well, we are about a year behind. I haven't spoken to my.
Very soon, we're going to put up last year's benefit show. From MERS.
He promised us.
Uh-huh.
Greg DiFilippo brings
Where's
that up
our
all the
pay per
time.
view? Weren't we going to get a pay per view?
That's
We
what
were
I'm talking
supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, our phone's ringing.
That's a
Is
very
that
loud phone.
Yeah, that's
That's
a call coming in for
obnoxiously loud.
Hello, Limo Talk. It's
Larry
Sounds
Izzo.
like the beginning of Spill the Wine.
Larry.
Larry. How are you?
Oh, it's good to have you.
Have you here?
Larry,
It's nice to be here.
we can't talk because everybody's talking over you. All of a sudden, Rob Keane thinks he's a fucking talent. Shut up, Rob. I asked you your own questions. I'm done with you.
Whoa, Rob. Take a walk.
Take a walk.
Take a shit out.
You fucking bring any alcohol.
I know.
You walk in with a Snapple.
That's the first thing I looked at when I walked in. I was like, no beer.
What the fuck?
I want
Hi, Izzo. How are you?
next time.
Larry, I'm calling to apologize to you.
No, Larry called.
He knows I was calling. Go ahead. I want to apologize to you, Larry. I forgot about your thing on Thursday night, and I'm very upset about it because I happen to like you a lot. That's it. I just want to apologize to you.
I appreciate it.
Do I have to write the check out to you, or I could bring you out to dinner or something like that? Which
Oh,
one?
yeah, take you to Parkside.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, dinner.
Larry, say hello to Rich and Inns and Rob Keane.
What's up, Larry?
Larry, what's happening?
How you doing, Larry?
Is this the?
Larry, I didn't forget about the show. I just decided not to go.
Are you talking about?
I didn't.
No,
I didn't know.
I was working every night. Every night.
Is this the Parkside on Merrick Road?
No, Parkside is in Corona.
Shut your mic off. Nobody wants to hear from you for a second. Hold on a minute. Larry,
it's Rich. I didn't know about the show, so I'm gonna go with that because that's the truth.
Okay.
Sharon
Patty
texted
told me it was a chance.
Sharon texted me to remind me, but I was like, I was shot. I was totally shot. I was working every night at City Field or Beacon Theater or whatever the hell else I was, and I was like, I need the night to just relax.
Richie, Larry, what could I do for you to make it up to you? At least, did you have a good show? You didn't tell me. It was a good show. It looked like, right?
Next show.
Well,
When is it? I don't even want to think about September.
Are we going to Trey Scalini again?
Angelo's great.
He's the best.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Trey Scalini?
Trey Scalini, I mean, in Farmingdale.
Yeah.
Main Street.
Well, I felt
I was
kinda,
there.
I felt kind of honored in a way. He had asked me if we know anybody, and I said, actually, Richie puts the Farmingdale baseball there every year, and he's got a very good relationship with Angelo. And Angelo has a very
We
good
went
relationship.
there after that show.
Right, correct. We went there
Danny
at
Romano
the Danny
show.
Romano
And we went
show.
there and ate it. It was delicious.
Correct.
Yes. Very good food.
I feel like I'm talking to
Yes.
Johnny Mathis. Look, hey, I miss.
What's that?
Yeah, stop moving around because we can barely hear you.
Look at. Hey, I miss. As a
So when's your next thing is going to be? Now, aren't you got a gig coming up in the Giggle Room next week or two in Governors? Oh, wait a minute. We don't talk about that. We're talking about your performance. We don't talk about that radio station.
Governor's Radio. What the fuck are we going to be like 5-year-olds over here? Stop it. Governor's Radio. Nobody listens to them anyway. Go.
Well, that's very true.
Don't mention it.
No, it's Bonnie. We like Bonnie, so it's fine.
Bonnie's great. I watch Tony once in a while too.
Oh boy.
Once in a while.
I do. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't have a chance really.
Well, if you want,
but I listen to knock 'em out.
Knock 'em to sleep. All right, wait a minute, Larry. So when's your
Knock 'em
show
dead.
with Keegan in the Little Room? Where's that?
Larry, you doing bong hits? You doing bong hits?
Yeah, Larry, you sound stoned. Are you all right?
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sounds like it's calling you from 1978.
Yeah. How you doing, guys?
I think it might be the connection. But I think it's the connection. I think it's the connection. But you're coming in and out, and when you're talking, you sound like you're a little stoned. Greg D. Flippo wants to get high with you.
Not at all.
All
It's
right.
like the DJ from WKRP in Cincinnati.
All right. If you want to come here and hang out with us, all right. Well, if you want, come over here. We'll be hanging out until about 11:30. You want to hang out with us? Smoke yourself, person.
Says his volume's a little low.
Okay, good. I'm happy.
He
That
sounds
makes-
like he's holding a hit.
Yeah.
I think it's the phone.
You could be the best. You could be the
Sometime
best.
in July.
You could be the best. You're the best at I thought I was bad at promoting your shows.
Keep showing up there every night till I'm there.
Well, I'm happy you got Joe Pontillo. I like him and Joe.
Pontillo's awesome.
Pontillo's a great guy. Very funny too.
Good. All right. I'm sorry I bothered you. I just wanted to apologize.
You know, maybe it's this alternate line we were given.
Yeah, we're on Fugazi phone
Right.
lines here.
We went
Right.
from 51694. Yeah, it is. Now we're at 324-3834. So
Hi,
that's
this is your operator with Fugazi phone lines. Where would you like to place your call?
Strong Island Television Studios. Please.
I'm sorry, we have a bad connection there. If you don't mind hearing every other word, please complete your call. All right, put it through.
Okay, put me through.
There's no other chance.
The name's Larry Izzo.
It's Larry Izzo.
Just get me on the air.
Go ahead. We lost today. So we won the first game 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning on a balk. The kid fell.
See, that's the whole bad karma.
Yeah, I'm just telling him. So we won the first game 1-0. We lost the second game on Friday night 10-4, and we lost today 12-0. So Massapequa won the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Massapequa Chiefs.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
Chiefs.
walking out of there, Larry, today, and I'm walking in the outfield, and there's nobody. It's at Farmingdale State, so it's all, trees and everything else. And all you hear is, congratulations to the Massapequa Chiefs for the 18th county final winner. And I'm like,
well, the girls softball won.
Massapequa too. They beat Farmingdale.
My niece is on that team.
All right. That's good.
She was written up in Newsday.
There you go.
Who's your niece?
Samantha Dolan.
Oh my God, dude!
That has nothing to do with political power.
It was
they
the
just
same
got
moms
good
that did
ball
the girls,
players, man.
Larry, I know my
the moms that did the girls.
The women,
really?
the women were all together at the first game,
for real.
And the Massapequa women walked by and they go, "Ew, do you like their jerseys? I think they're disgusting," and kept walking. And
What does that matter?
Because they heard it. They're so catty, Massapequa people.
I hate everybody though, Larry.
Yeah.
I will tell you this.
Well, the parents are the worst.
Larry, I got to tell you, I was telling Zarelli and I was telling Inns and Rob, the first game where the kid balked, the first 7 innings was probably the best baseball game I've seen in a very long time, if not my whole life. That's how good it was.
Yeah, really
the kid
good.
in center field made like 4 or 5 plays. James Seba. The other team made like 3 or 4 really phenomenal plays. They were hard hits.
Game.
They were hard hits. They'd get 2 guys on, we couldn't score, and vice versa. It could quite possibly be the greatest baseball game I've ever watched. And and then we shit the bed the last 2 games. So.
It was a really good game.
What?
But
You hate that?
he doesn't like to shit the bed.
Shit the bed.
Okay, we sucked. We
lost.
We lost the last 2 games. So yeah, we lost. Now
lost.
it's all about.
Anyway, yeah, I'm a very visual person. You say shit the bed, I'm picturing a bed full of turds, brown turds in the fucking bed.
That's a problem.
And I don't want to think about that.
You see how this guy? You see how he thinks, Larry?
Well,
what do you think of?
You're creating a visual.
I think of Larry Izzo, who's now going to.
Oh, you think you shit the bed? You think of Larry Izzo? Hey,
No.
a great time, Larry.
No, I think of Larry Izzo. Oh,
Lisa Lampanelli.
no, the one that shot Jessica Hahn.
Oh, no, it's Jessica Hahn. Yeah.
I will say this
She
though.
didn't shoot anybody.
He was great.
Yeah, we don't want to be. Listen, on a more positive note, I'll say this about the Dalers. In the last 4 years now, they have been to the county finals 3 times, having not been there in 32 years. Starting in 2022, they got to the county finals.
So they're like the Buffalo Bills.
Well, they're 3 or 4 years, they won 1. So
There you
they've
go.
been there. Yeah.
Oh, the Buffalo Bills never won. That's right.
That's right. Buffalo Bills #1. We have won 1 in the
4
last
in a
4
row.
years. Yeah.
All right, Larry, because I forgot about
It's
your
pretty good.
show, I'd like you to come back to our show and do sit in as a co-host with all of us one night. And also, I'd like you to be one of the comedians for our show that we're going to do in October for the Vicky Vasquez Memorial Scholarship Fund. Will you do that for us? I don't know yet.
We don't have data. That's
no
we-
idea,
we-
Larry.
Totally
This
open-ended.
is just Graz talking.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No. About a
No,
date.
now this is
about a
Graz
date.
talking
I know
with a
you're
full
going to do
mouth
the
of food.
fundraiser. I know that. So
All right.
that's not what I'm saying.
I want him. I wanted him originally. I want Pontillo back. I want Izzo. I want Bonnie Scalisi, and I think Teresa's coming, and one more lady. That's it.
And Sebastian Maniscalco is going to be.
That'd be great.
Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, right. That would be
you're
nice.
going to have a microphone
We're going to
that
have to
works?
set up a sound system that
Time out.
works.
Larry, are you demeaning
Larry,
my?
I gotta-
Are
well,
you demeaning my show from the other?
But the fucking guy had a song to do and he's got no microphone.
That is a problem.
Well,
I apologize because that's what
You know what? The naked cowboy in Manhattan had more equipment than this fucking guy has.
That was our sound system. I lifted from the league.
Yeah.
I gotta take a little responsibility.
So Bobby would tell everybody they would have to go like this. They'd have to go.
Hit the mic.
Hit the mic, and they talk.
I did. I told them hit the mic, and they
Courtney
did.
Otero is
It
like
became very funny that they were doing it. They were all doing it.
See, it worked out.
It did.
It always
I
does.
created
Yeah, but
more
Larry's
comedy
playing
to the comedy show.
But Larry is playing the guitar now, so he can't be hitting the mic.
You can hit it with the guitar.
That would have been hilarious.
All right,
Like
Larry.
a drum beat.
I know you sound like you know a little tired and not liking us too much tonight, so I'll let you go if you want. Hello? Oh, I have to. Come on, that's me. These two can tell you right now. I try to make them look like the bad guy all the time.
You're not gonna see another bad guy like this.
No, he does all the time.
Thank you. I love you.
Take care, Larry.
Have a good night, Larry.
All right.
Are you going to be working the Beacon when Cat Stevens plays?
I want to do that one.
That's the ticket's like $700.
Are they really?
I've seen them on, yeah. So I was like, oh, let me check it out. I'm like, I'm too rich for my blood.
$700.
Greg D. Flibbo said it would be nice if the audience can hear Larry. Maybe you should turn up the volume a little bit.
Well, he was low. I couldn't figure that out.
It's the Fugazi phone lines.
That 324-3834. A little tough.
324. Hold on a minute.
Hold on. Got to put it in your phone.
Yeah,
it's 516 for gays.
516
516-324-3834.
3834.
A lot of threes. Hold on. We're gonna get another phone call.
That's me.
This Dick's calling.
All right, so let's see. Well, you're gonna get
answer the
feedback
phone
now.
there.
Text yes to 5412.
Hello.
Can
you hear us?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Hi. Hello.
Vinny's a douche.
Hello.
Come on, it works.
It works.
All right.
You
want to tell Bobby how I greeted you today at the baseball game?
So,
put some music on for this.
So this morning, the game is at 10 a.m. over at Farmingdale State College, right? I come into the game. I got a nice coffee, nice coffee, right? Nice Sunday morning, very relaxing. I'm standing there. I'm watching an inning or two. I don't see him because I'm like on the side. They're on the third base side, and I'm all the way at the end of the bleacher.
And we're in the outfield.
Oh,
we were in the outfield.
Yes, you were in the outfield.
I was just making
at some point he comes
calling
around,
balls and strikes and talking about the shitty umpiring out there.
Yes, from 400 feet away.
Exactly.
That's correct, Rob. He was calling the balls and strikes from 380
you
feet.
have to call me out on that
because
this guy sucks.
He's qualified.
He's 420 feet away in left center.
So he decides to come around at one point. I don't know. It's in between innings, and I'm sitting there with another friend of mine, Mr. Legerfo, and no good morning. He comes walking by, looks right at me, and goes, douche.
And then I go to his friend.
Bag.
And then I go to his friend, bag. And I walk away.
So I think he's playing word association. So I go ass.
And I go,
and he goes, hole. I go, yes. And he kept walking.
And then I go, you know what?
Was the greeting. Wait. That's the greeting I received. There's no exaggeration.
What I say to you, I go, you know what, Cirelli, don't come in tonight. I don't know. I'm walking. I go, Cirelli, don't come in tonight.
And I go,
he goes, thank you. I won't. I go, don't. I don't need you. And I walked away.
That was it.
That's good time.
That was my experience with Graz at 10 in the morning.
That's the beauty of being friends with Anthony Graz today.
It really is. As he's walking down the bleachers.
You know, that brings me to something.
Hey, you know what? I want to say one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
When your son, the announcer at the game did a very good job pronouncing your son's name.
A phenomenal.
I could not fucking believe he didn't butcher the shit out of your name.
How do you say my name? The right way to say my name.
Grazie Day.
That's
exactly
how he was.
That's the Italian way.
Christian Grazie Day.
Yeah,
and he got it right every time.
I had to look back every time he said it. Right.
This guy's great.
We thought it was Graz up there for a second.
He was fantastic. He got my kid's name right. You know what? I just got to say, from what you just said, Zarelli, that the last 4 years they were good. And the great part about it, we knew all these kids. You know what I mean? When we were involved, I even said to one of the ladies, she got her son moved up from 9th grade to varsity, Toto. And I turned to the mother. I go, "You are experiencing a golden age in Farmingdale baseball right now." I said, "This should continue until my son's age, which I think they're very good too.
Toto's a ninth grader?
Yeah.
And he pitched in he pitched in game 2.
Yeah, she was shitting her pants.
Well,
he started off well, then he had a couple batters in the middle where, and then he finished strong though.
Yeah.
His name is Toto.
Yeah.
His last name is Toto.
T-O-T-O?
T-O-T-O.
Yeah.
Toto.
But
when you went out to the mound, they played Africa.
and you know what? We're gonna play that now. We can
hold the line. He should be a relief pitch, and they play hold the line.
Hold the line. That's the one you want to play.
But it's true though. I mean, we have watched these kids. I mean, since a very young age, play at the varsity level and do very well.
Yeah.
And it's really
satisfying.
It's really satisfying to watch all these kids we've watched grow up really since they're
should be happy with the Green Dog
5
program
years old.
too.
Oh, definitely.
I got to do that.
Yeah.
And how good was it?
We should be.
How good was it?
And we're trying to make it better.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
our job.
I know.
I had the whole starting team of Central.
Yeah, I
With
mean,
my team.
So I'm asking you one last question. Have you shrunk your friend list? Is your friend list shrinking?
Where?
Like people, your
Facebook?
No,
Get a
your
little
friends.
personal.
Oh,
I am getting personal for a second.
My friend list.
Yeah,
Like
friend
people I
list.
deal with?
Yeah.
what does that mean?
I did that years ago.
Okay.
I
I'm
can't. First of all, there's very few people I can tolerate anymore. So I don't really. I say this every day, once a day at least. I say I hate everybody. I really do, because I'm fucking tired of everybody and their bullshit. Bottom line, a lot of posers out there, a lot of bullshit artists, a lot of people want you to make them feel bad for you, for themselves or whatever. They want to give you sob stories. They want to hear everything. They want to tell you everything about their day. They don't give a fuck about your day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of those people, so I don't deal with them anymore.
That's why you come here,
And I come here because I know you guys really care, and you bring Krispy Kremes. And we
I love having you here. Don't bullshit. You know how you're like fucking family here.
No, I'm saying I
had 2 of them.
If I thought you were a total douche bag, I would come.
Mm-hmm.
And if we weren't fucking entertaining,
we I think we're all very genuine. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's like nobody's holding back nobody's sugarcoating anything or making any bullshit here or giving anybody some fucking stories about nonsense that's going on in their lives and sob stories so you feel bad for them. Nobody. And first of all, who the fuck would feel bad for you anyway? But the bottom line,
why? They are my wife. Well, maybe.
The bottom line is
maybe not.
I'm sick of bullshit. I am just tired of everybody.
So I'm
bullshit.
shrinking my phone.
But I did this years ago.
Well, I'm doing it now, and
you gotta shrink the circle down to a straight line. It's just like a radius.
Have you
of friends?
Have you done that? Have you done that, Zarelli?
What?
Shrink your friend list?
Shrink my friend list?
You, Keen?
Nah, I don't. I don't think I really consciously shrink a friend list.
I don't think it was that. Over the past 20 years, I'm
Again,
married 30 years now. I don't think it's.
I'm not on Facebook either, so I don't have like friend lists on.
The Flibbo
Those
says,
social
Richie, you have to
medias.
excuse Graz. He forgot to take his Prozac this morning. These guys think I'm very emotional. Dude, I cried today with these kids.
Oh, God, you suck.
I cried today.
You suck.
You cried for the
Why?
seniors.
I cried for the seniors.
I just went through this whole thing about how you're not looking for sympathy. Here we go.
No, well, I cried.
Well, for some of the kids,
when it's over, it's really rough.
I've had that since they're 6 years old, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And to finish out the high school career and know that's it.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Fucking rough.
I remember,
man.
the one game that really sticks out in my mind, it's probably like my son, was his last collegiate game, when he was done.
All right, cue up Paul Anka.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I'll cue it up because
Yes.
that's going to be me next year.
You wake up
And time has slipped away.
That's right.
And suddenly, right? It's true.
Yeah.
Remember.
It is true.
Do you remember? Come on.
The times of your lives. Tomorrow,
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's gonna be me next year.
Tomorrow, yes.
That's
All
going
right.
to be a sad day.
Mer's Pub in Farmingdale, Route 109. Please,
I love Mer's.
Great place in Mer's. I just found out today from a very good source that I think the boys are going to take over that place in a couple of years. So Mer's is going to be around for a few more years.
Who's taking over that
The
place?
kids. Probably the kids are going to take it when Matt's,
kids?
when Matt's
Your team?
done. He's got his own team. No, the Green Dogs. No, Matt's got a couple.
He
got Big Matt. He's got
Give me
the
the
other
Green
one.
Dog.
He's got a couple of
Make it the
sons.
Green Dog Lounge.
So I think he's going to give it to the sons. And the sons got big plans. So I'm happy about that. That's Merz. Larry Izzo, laughs with Larry. 917-560-4162. Larry Izzo, comedian at gmail.com. He's one of my favorites. Please, if you want to do a show, you got anybody that wants to do a show, call Larry Izzo. BAC Systems Inc., Farmingdale, New York, 516-797-4990 for all your AC and heating.
Love BAC.
LMN Printing of New York,
Blood
Inc.
alcohol content.
23 West Merrick Road, Valley Stream, 516-285-8526. Rob Keane, 516-375-8910.
If you need an umpire?
Robert,
If you're looking for an umpire,
your tax grievance
he doesn't even
business.
tell you what the fuck his business is.
Robert.f.Keane at gmail.com.
All right, so anybody who's writing this down right now is saying, what does he do?
I'm getting to it. He does
Well,
tax.
usually people mention
He
that
does
first.
tax grievances for all your property.
Grievances.
I got grievances. I'm grievancing your tax. You know what I always love over the course of the
Here we
years this
go.
happened.
I can't
What
get
the
to-
fuck happened? Where kids today now they go, who are you versing? Who are you versing in a game?
Yes.
Okay.
That never used to be a thing. You're versing someone. You're not versing someone.
It's the
It's
wall.
not even a word.
Do you know what I heard in California, what they do now? Because they find it offensive now to say someone got killed or someone died. They say the person is
Unalive.
unalived.
Yep. And they say it all the time now.
Unalived. It's on the news. It's in print.
I made you unalive.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they said that
They
about that.
unalived someone. They didn't kill them. That's offensive. The person is dead.
Yeah. they do
Why are
say
we
that.
trying to be nice? They
The kid-
murdered.
that poor kid that got killed, stabbed by that kid in the football player
It's unbelievable.
in what
yeah.
town was that? I forget what that was.
South? Down south?
Yeah.
I want to say. Georgia,
The
maybe?
kid stabbed him in the heart, and they said he deserved to be made unalive.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't want to talk about that shit.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Gavin
These people
Full.
are
Hey,
sick.
Gavin, what's happening?
They're
He
sick
used to
people.
play softball
Well,
for
my
Mers
friends list is getting smaller.
25 years ago. Yeah, Gavin.
Now you know
it's-
why.
It's probably looking the same as it did 25 years ago, Mers, right?
Oh, it's
that pint glass you left there in the corner is probably still there.
It's a fucking, I love that
it's
place.
caught in a time warp.
Yeah, it's caught in the time warp. Gavin, good to see you. Thank you for listening to us. Greg DeFilippo says, now I know why you haven't called me all week, because I was crying and everything else. All right, let me finish. Pat Walsh Realty, 516-369-8241. If he doesn't sell your house in 3 months, you get the house for free. Rob Electronica Law,
That's not true, by the way.
516-9700.
Views
Yeah,
of
making
Anthony
false
Grazzi.
claims.
Right.
Yeah, that's just because I want to bust his balls.
So you don't sell your house, you're gonna get it for free.
Yeah, if he doesn't sell your house in 90 days,
You get it. You get to keep
he'll
You
give
get
you
the money and get to keep it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
have to keep
All right. Catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter. Well, they call X now. Roku, Fire TV coming. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Deezer, Stitcher, Twitter, Rumble,
Are these
LinkedIn.
real places?
Yes.
Stitcher.
Yeah.
Stitcher.
Roku, Spreaker, GothamGoldGraz.com, Ins41.com. And we have 2 new platforms coming soon, according to Bobby Lacero.
That's awesome.
I think Rumble is one of them. So we're going on. I think we're going on Rumble, which is a very Trump-oriented.
Let's get ready to rumble.
And then there's Stumble for the drunks.
All right, we got through tonight. Look at this. I'm done. All right, we'll be on next week.
There's a place called Stumble Stiltkins down in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Rumpelstiltskin.
It's a good little bar. Good wings.
Yeah, good wings.
Stumble Stiltkins.
So I've been on a wings kick for the last couple of days. We ended up going to Changing Times across the street from Farmingdale State.
Yeah.
The wings were phenomenal,
wings.
but small.
I'm
They are
not
small.
I'm not a
They're
big
not
fan of
medium.
them.
They're not meaty. And then we went to
But they're good because they're grilled, but they're not meaty enough.
fucking A, right?
They're great.
Fucking let's go Massapequa Chiefs
I'm
on
avoiding
Friday night that
Chiefs.
they lose and then they beat us 2 games. Fucking A.
Let's
That
go
looks good.
Massapequa Chiefs.
I like
And
that.
then we went to the main event today, and the
Yeah.
fucking wings were fat.
I
You know
to
who's got
take a
good
picture
wings?
and I
Yeah.
zoomed in.
Villager.
I was like, what?
The Villager
Yeah.
on Main Street, Broadway, right here.
No, the Villager on Main Street.
Oh, okay.
It's their wings are good. They have
Villager's
they
got
have
good
like a
wings.
maple buffalo. It's fantastic.
All right.
Great wings.
All right.
They do.
And
Anybody
the
ever
guys, dude, the guy the kitchen the guy works in is about a quarter the size of this room. It's like cut in half. It's like that big. And
Really?
the food he turns out of there is phenomenal.
I'll tell you who has good wings, and they're right across the street. The Massapequa Diner.
Oh, dude.
Yes, we were there.
And we went there that night.
Massapequa
Excellent.
Diner.
Yeah,
Dude.
we had him the other night.
Oh, let
we
me
all
tell
went.
ya.
So I brought everybody out the other
Crispy,
night. Crispy.
meaty,
Yeah.
juicy,
Yep.
chickeny.
And we're still going.
Yes.
Oh, and we're still going.
chickeny.
You guys haven't acknowledged that
No,
I took
not
you,
like that
I
white-
took you guys out, and then we're still going to the Parkside Diner.
Oh no, that's over.
No, it's not.
This isn't Mendy's. That doesn't
That's
count.
a meal.
It wasn't a meal.
That's not the meal.
What are you talking about? It was $100 bill.
But it's not a meal.
That's a meal.
You're supposed to take me out to a nice restaurant
For a meal.
for a meal.
A full meal.
Soup's not a meal.
Soup's not a meal.
Soup's not a meal.
Oh, fuck you too. Go fuck yourself.
And wings is not a meal.
All right. So I told you I'm bringing you guys out to the Parkside.
Anyway, they got phenomenal wings.
Where's the Parkside now?
Parkside's in the
Corona,
Queens.
Queens.
Corona, Queens. It's
Right across the street from
he's,
Lemon Ice.
He's living in a time warp. He goes to the
Where
same.
you only buy
Bobby
lemon.
Azzarello goes to the same fucking ice place for the last 40 years. The Ice King
He will
of Corona.
only buy lemon.
And then he goes from the Ice King of Corona.
City Field now?
Yes.
No.
Well,
Weren't
they
in
were.
City Field?
They were.
They were.
No, they weren't.
Okay. And then he goes to the Parkside because they treat him like he's a mafioso don. That he
All right.
is. All right. Hey, Lacera,
We should all
I'm
feel
ready to
that
buy
way.
fucking new chairs for this place.
My ass is on
My
fire.
ass is on
This
fire.
table's wicked rickety too, huh?
Yeah, now, listen, he built this studio for us. I think he did a damn fucking good job. Give the guy credit. And now you got other shows
Now we
coming
just
in.
need
Did a very
furniture.
good job.
All right.
All right.
I apologize, Bobby.
Yeah, please stop picking on him.
We're gonna
Strong
put,
Island
we're gonna
TV.
put on the black light and we see all the cum stains on the fucking
Yeah, exactly.
So, I tell you, I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
repeat.
look- it's gonna
I'm
look-
gonna repeat myself. So Shelby May, psychic medium,
Yeah.
walks in here a couple months ago and gets the shakes and turns to her husband and goes, "What the hell was here?" So we
Yeah.
proceeded to tell her that it used to be a rub and tug. So she goes, she actually lifted her legs up where her ins is and did Indian style seating because she didn't want her feet.
Crisscross
to touch-
applesauce.
Yeah,
Which
crisscross.
has created its own little stain here.
So
But,
we actually had to get this place saged because it was such
Really?
bad. Yeah, we had bad juju.
Bad
in-
juju?
Yeah, we had bad
Bad
juju.
juju, bad.
Yeah, not good. Not good. She actually
Evil
turned to her
vibes.
husband, Brian, and Brian goes, "What's in here?" I go, "Well, let me tell you what was here." And she goes, "Oh my God!" She goes, she was shaking. So that's a true story. So we got this place saged. I don't know if there might be still cum stains on the right.
I think there are.
Well, she needs a black light.
We got to bring a black light.
We
in.
do have. All right. Strong
There
Island-
was an
like the
episode.
Milky
There was an
Way.
episode of
we gotta bring
2.5 Men where they brought a light in that shows you because it was
Yeah.
a forensic thing, and they the whole room had dots all over the place.
Oh no, I can't. I gotta walk in here. We're gonna put a black light on. So this whole fucking area right here is just gonna be somebody just spurred that way. All here in the corner. I'm telling you. You know what? I'm buying a black light. That's what we're doing next week.
Bring it
we are
in.
going to
Full
check-
investigation.
After all these months of sitting in here and getting sick or whatever happened to us, we're gonna find out.
I don't know
what
if I
about-
want to see this. I might not come back.
Yeah, well, I gotta tell you right now.
I'm just saying.
All right, put her
Gotta
on,
wear
Rich. Let's get the hell out of
Gotta
here.
wear a hazmat suit.
Goldschmidt let
D.
off.
Flippo says, ever since I ate the Krispy Kremes, my ass is on fire right now.
No, but these chairs is brutal.
Oh,
This
dude,
is even
it's
with the
so
cushion.
bad.
Even with the cushion.
And Ronty, have a great week, everyone. Good night. Good night from Chris Smith. Good night, guys. Great job from Gavin Fulham. That's nice. We got an old Valley Stream North to listen to us.
I saw
Which is
Michael Diminich today at City Field with Loretta Diminich.
Diminish.
Good.
Oh,
They get
rest
together?
in peace. Loretta Swith, Hot Lips
Yes, Hot Lips
Houlihan,
Houlihan died.
passed away from
Hot Lips
NASH.
Houlihan? Oh, yes, yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Loretta Swith.
Hot Lips Houlihan.
Yes.
Yeah, Loretta
Who,
Swit.
Loretta
who
Swith.
married a guy whose last name was Houlihan.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
How about that?
Foreshadowing.
All right. We're
Right.
back next week. Rob Keane is not. He's not coming in next week. I don't need any umpire talk. You took enough this week.
That was some good talk with the umpires.
No, it was interesting. It was good.
Rob Keane.
It is good.
Tell them where they can catch you if they do. Anybody on Nassau County wants to do any tax grievancing, please.
516-375-8910.
Most of every Nassau County uses you. A lot of people
Yeah,
use you.
yep.
I do.
Yeah, help
Every
me.
year.
I do too. Every year. You've done a
Every
great
year.
job.
Yeah. Nothing to do now is sit back and wait because you can't grieve again until January 2nd. So,
Okay.
sit and wallow that you didn't do it in time this year.
All right.
Not only that, I would tell you that, and I'll toot the guy's horn because I know he won't. All right, Rob, as you heard, runs our youth umpires.
Okay.
Does a fantastic job. How many umpires do you have?
About 20.
You got about 20 kids earning money all spring that we pay them to do umpire games, and Rob leads the charge, training them, like he said, dressing them right, get them shirts, pitch counters, make sure they have everything. their phones are never on them. He's always got their phones in the bag, like on the fence.
So maybe you should take over the
I'm
fucking
telling you,
Bosie's
Rob
program.
runs it exactly right.
I'm
He treats
telling
them
you.
like adults. And I'll tell you what else he does, which is good for the kid. Rob does not deal with parents. The kids text him directly.
Yeah.
So the kids have to learn to be responsible to respond. Hey, you got a game? Okay. I mean, the kids don't drive. They got to get mom and dad, but there's no going through mom and dad. Like, it gives them a little
Yeah,
independence.
it's good.
as
It's
well.
like, if you're interested in umpiring and a parent
text
reaches
them.
out to me, it's just that's nice to meet you, but you need to have your son text me, and then I'll work with him on getting it done.
Or daughter.
Or daughter.
We have girls.
It's great.
For Bobby Lacerra in the back, Strong Island TV, Strong Island Apparel, StrongIsland.com. Guys, he does great apparel. We're the anchor here on the podcast end of it. He does a great job for us. He treats us very well. Come do his show here if you'd like. For professional Vinny, soon to be boss Vinny Urello. Thanks, Vin, for everything.
What's that?
My pleasure, boys.
What? Oh, wait, yeah. For Rob Keane, for Bobby Inns 41 and Zarella, the funniest man that I know for the last 15 years, and for board op extraordinaire Richard Zarelli. Who is here tonight, Rich?
Strong Island TV 1 and TV 2 were tuning in.
Yeah,
tonight,
we're
by the
on
way.
one again. He likes us.
We are. We're
Look at
on
that.
one. We're
Look
in
at
the
that.
top slot.
Look at that big
Graz.
numbers again.
I know.
Look at this.
Greg DiFilippo. Vinny Urillo checking in tonight to board up. Gotham Gold Graz is on. Bonnie Scalisi, Debbie Broderick, Lou Ferriola,
It's a
Ann
landslide.
Rapti, Mike Bott,
Mike
Althea
Bott.
with her oatmeal, Taz the resident artist, Chris Smith, Gavin Fulham, and Joan Krupe Asher, plus 98 more. And a shout out, congratulations to our 11U Green Dogs who won the East Coast Spring Championship
Nice.
today. Kevin Sweeney, that's 2 for the year. Congratulations to you and the boys.
Anything for you, Valley Stream Hawks? Anything coming up? You want to?
I have nothing. we will
I'm the president of Valley Stream Hawks.
we will be starting our summer season.
Way to go,
soon.
Sweeney.
We will be starting our summer season in June, middle of June. So,
For the
yeah.
Valley Stream Hawks, for Bobby Inns 41 and Zarello, Rob Keane, board up extraordinaire Richard Zarelli. What? Go ahead.
You ever go do a game? I used to umpire, right?
We have a couple minutes.
You
We're
ever
on.
do a game and forget your indicator?
Well, that's gotta
No,
suck.
I
I've
haven't.
done it, and it's really nerve-wracking, especially when someone's stealing, right? They go to throw down a second. What was the last pitch? And what was the fucking count? So,
Yeah.
but what you do in that, what I did in that situation,
Rocks,
Right on your
Every-
hand.
big pebbles.
No, I was
That's
just
a good idea.
calling the count on every pitch.
Oh,
Yeah,
to remember.
I do that.
oh,
I do
to
that.
remember.
I do that to begin with.
And
Well,
people wondering why I was doing it, and I was actually like doing like I didn't want them to know I didn't have it, and I'm standing there, I'm going 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-2. You go 3-2, and I'm reminding myself, right? The whole game, and people go up to me later and they go,
you are so good.
"That was great. We always knew the count. Thank
Right.
you." I was
Yeah.
like, "Well,
You know what I find funny about that? You can name statistics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes!
From 1964.
Yes, and he can't
of every
remember the fucking
baseball player
count.
that ever lived.
Yes.
But for some reason, if you forget your indicator, you can't remember the count.
Because it
Oh,
changes it changes
because-
every pitch.
Oh,
Oh,
please.
it's
I know,
crazy.
but right, am I right?
Pass
Oh,
ball.
please.
This
The
guy
wild
remembers
pitch.
He can remember
every
fucking. He can
no.
remember
Everything.
the second side of.
He knows who
No.
bunted in the 56 World Series.
It's the count, and it's like somebody steals.
It's so inconsequential, but it
That's
means a lot
funny.
at the moment.
You know, you stand there and the kids, you call, you know, the play's a second. You're like, all right, you go back. You're all right. You dust off the plate. And I go, oh, fuck. What was the count? What was the count?
By the way,
So I
we-
go like this. I actually, a couple of times I went to the catcher.
No.
Oh.
No. What's the count?
2-2, right? It's like, yeah. Like, all right.
Yeah.
2-2.
Rob, what I noticed, we do our best radio with like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's time to tap out.
Before and after. All right. Lacerra in the back, Vinny, Rob Keane, Rich Zarelli, Bobby Inns 41 and oh my God, Bobby Inns 41 and Zarello, and me, Anthony Grazzi Day. God bless. I love you guys. Share the show for us. Give us a like, give us a love, and we will be back next week. Thank you. Good night. God bless.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time. I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.